It's under the hierarchy of skills, right here, it's under skill 1, and this would be the safety web is number 7, the application 7, and from there you go, you click on where it says lessons, and you go to the actual page that is the directory of all these lessons that are about the harmonic safety web. And the one we're doing now is called interference, and you could see that it is too wide for the camera. So I'm going to have to tell you that it starts with an email dialogue and between a man named James and Franny, and then it says, also remember God loves a good joke, and then it goes on to the next question. And the question is, and we're gonna customize these questions for you, Keely. And the question is, have I been interfered with this evening since I got back to my apartment? That's a good way to block off a section of time. It's a good way to ask this question. So, have I been interfered with since I got back to my apartment tonight?
I test no, and I'm asking if I had been, would I be able to test for it? And I'm still testing no.
So that means yes, right?
No, not necessarily. It just means I'm not, that a no is accurate, necessarily. So now let me just remove interference. I'm removing all interference and any after effects of any previous interference I had.
So this is how you go about this in your personal life, I'm taking it.
Yeah, that's some things that it would occur to me to ask.
Right.
Okay, am I free of all interference now? Yes. Am I free of any after effects of previous interference? Okay, now, had I been interfered with this evening, I got a definite yes.
So there you go. See, now you can test for it. So wait, before you go on, this is what the person watching this needs to learn, is that
Right.
when you remove all those effects, then you can test whether you've been interfered with. So if you're getting an odd kind of testing, like you test, no, I haven't been interfered with, if I was, could I test for it, and you get no to that, then you know that probably there's, you better just go ahead and remove interference. And you're
not even, you don't even have to wait till you think you're getting an odd answer. I mean, it's something that in the beginning you want to test all the time.
right.
Because you can be lulled into thinking you're getting the right answers in many ways.
Right,
And
that's right.
it will occur to you to test for interference, and that's what interference looks like.
Well, that's very well put.
So in the beginning, it's like when you wrote that page called Ask Every Question 6 times. That's one way of countering interference, is just asking it over and over and over
Ask
again.
the same question over and over and over again is one way to counter interference. That's right. Now I'm going to cover you for 1 second here, so don't do anything too interesting, okay? Because it says here, review the pages on basic physical unswitching, listen to the talk on switching, check and clear any organ opposition, which is now the next thing that we're going to go to. And this is this is also an application of skill 1. And it's called Partner with Your Organs. And let me just put this where people can see it. And you can see what this page looks like. And it's right by the other page on the hub, where we just were. This is a skill called Partner with Your Organs. And in here, there's a whole bunch of things to do about organs. And one of them is called stamp removal. Now,
Stamp removal.
Yeah, now that's something that every beginner absolutely has to do. And here it is, Partner with Your Organs. And you see underneath it, it says stamp removal. Stamps exist on the organs of the physical body and also on the corresponding areas of certain other bodies, which then, of course, there's a link to the list of bodies there. So people who are not too familiar with it can click on these links and they can get their definitions of things they don't understand by doing that. And the way I always did this lesson with people, which I'm going to do with you now, is just to test, do I have any stamps? And the computer, your most portable computer in the sky, will know what that means and check for them, and you'll get a signal if you have any stamps. And this is one little part of the organ lesson, the partnering with your organ lesson. It's not the whole lesson, it's just an aspect of it. One thing on a long list of things. Do I have any stamps? And that
I tested two different ways, and I'm getting no.
Okay, well that's because you removed all your stamps about 15 years ago, right?
That's what I thought. I thought I did. I mean, I remember doing that.
Yeah, you removed them in 1993, didn't you?
Sounds about right.
That's when we started removing stamps, 1993. Okay, so that'd be 16 years ago. All right, so you haven't had any stamps for 16 years. Has life been better?
Oh my God, yes. That's no question about it.
Well, for one thing, you cured a liver disease that your doctor said was incurable.
Well, he said if I had it, I would have 7 years to live.
Right. And he had no treatment for it. I mean, he had a treatment, but not a cure. And you cured it.
This particular doctor didn't have the treatment, I don't think. I can't remember, actually.
Yeah, it was about 8 years ago that you cured the disease.
Yeah.
But see, a point here is that had you had these stamps on your liver, you might not have cured the disease. That's why we remove stamps. See, people don't understand why we do this stuff. It all seems very abstract. It's like, hey, it's not, wow, people discover they have stamps and they go, wow, I had a stamp on my liver, but so what? I felt a little better after I took it out, but it was no big deal.
Well, I've never even been able to conceptualize stamps very well, other than that it's being stamped.
Yeah, right. That's what they are. They're stamps. Nothing so much to conceptualize, It's just.
Or even understand them.
Well, there's nothing much to understand here. The fact is that this stuff kills you. That's what you need to understand about it. It kills you physically at some point.
I did remove them without understanding them.
Yeah, you don't need to understand things to remove them. You don't need to believe in it. But see, I think where people run into a problem, I'll tell you something that Gary Casarsa said to me years ago. He had cleared some trauma, and I thought it was a pretty big deal, and I asked him how he felt, and he said, well, he felt a little lighter, but it didn't seem like any big deal to him. It wasn't like anything that was worth, I guess we charged him $2,200 to remove them, and he thought, oh, that's probably he wasn't sorry to part with the money or anything, but he was just saying, oh, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's any big deal, But I think people don't realize that I think it's only when people actually cure a flu or some other disease that they know.
When they see immediate symptoms clear up.
Yeah, things that they knew would have killed them. Like when you cured your liver disease, that probably made a change in you, didn't it? As far as the way you relate to this?
Well, I knew that if I did that, I could cure anything.
Right.
I knew I had the power to cure. That really brought it home to me.
Right.
And I also knew what was entailed in curing things. It wasn't in any kind of illusion about. I mean, I knew what kind of work it took to cure something serious.
Uh-huh.
Because I saw what I had to do for all those months, all the different angles I had to approach it from. And, I mean, I had to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Physical